damaged grains, and much more. When you think about marketing, think Johnston's. Their expertise helps farmers secure the highest prices while avoiding risky buyers. They'll help you structure your contracts in a way that is good for your farm. Call 844-324-7778.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents The Sports Cage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Nelson Homes, supplying home packages and RTMs for over 65 years. Be part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262. The Sports Cage. Streaming at sportscage.com, our YouTube channel, and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Green is the color, football is the game. We're all together, and winning is our aim. So cheer us on through the sun and rain. Saskatchewan Roughriders is our name. Let's show our pride in the green and white.
Yeah, boys, sing it. It's Friday. We're going into a long weekend. We're going into probably the best long weekend of the year here in Saskatchewan. We're getting ready for the Labor Day Classic. Thanks for being here today on the Sports Cage for Nelson Homes. Here for the next 2 hours and 15 minutes because the Regina Rams take over at 5:15. They are in Calgary. It's that time of the year. Like that song on Sunday, along with On Roughriders, Rider Pride, all that. After a win, everybody dispersing from the stadium, singing along, buckled up. Can't wait. Did you see the weather? If you didn't hear the weather forecast for the game, mint for football. It's going to be a good one. What do we got on the show today? Well, we are going to hear from a Joe, who's back. We're going to hear from Coach Mace, Jamarcus Hardrick, Mario Alfred. Dustin Nielson from TSN is going to come on in about 15 minutes' time, talk about the Labor Day game. He's not doing it this year, but we'll talk about his feel, the last few that he's called. Also talk about other CFL stuff. Head coach of the Regina Rams, Mark McConkey, pre-recorded this morning as they get set to take on Calgary, like I said. Scott Schultz in hour two. Always great for a quote and some laughs. Schultz, what are his Labor Day memories? Luke Mullinder's also coming in hour two. And like I said, at 5:15, we hand it over to Brendan McGuire and Rams football. We always love your participation. Maybe you're sitting on the combine right now, harvesting, getting the crop off, peas, all that jazz. 936-6262. Maybe you're cruising to the lake for the long weekend, getting a jump on things. Let us know if you got any Labor Day memories. You can always call, too. Prairie Land Rentals text line, it's always open. We get the toll-free line, 1-866-767-0620. Prairie Land Rentals, 600 Albert Street in Regina. Whatever you need to rent, whether it's a spade, power tools, a welder, front-end loader, they can get it to you. They can get it done. They also sell Husqvarna, 600 Albert Street, and you get to deal with the owner. All of our guests will be jumping on the Western Pizza guest hotline. Western Pizza. I got to say, Arash Madani and Bruce Boudreau are now a fan of Western Pizza. They love the pie, but they got all the Greek favorites you love. Souvlaki, salad, ribs, all that. Visit your local Western Pizza tonight. Doesn't matter how you're tuning in. You do you, whether it is through the radio station, 620 CKRM. We also have other alternatives here in 2025. We are streaming video-wise at sportscage.com through YouTube. If you want to see how things are looking on this side of Colson's with me on the other side. He's always good for a few questions. And then, of course, on the streams as well. If you miss any of it, you can pick it up in podcast form, however you listen to podcast form later. Who isn't excited for this one? Winnipeg coming in, and I know we're going to hear from some Bomber fans on the Prairie Land Rentals text line. Let's hear the chirps. They got the billboards up. We've talked about that this week. Originality, creativeness. I go 6 out of 10 for the Bombers on their billboards. Good job though. Good little try, but you got to up your chirp game. Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Mediocre. The kids would say it doesn't slap. All right? 6-7. Joe is back. Social media, the guy's smile radiates. And does he look jacked? Has he lifted some iron? 50 sets of 50 in the gym. Arms are sculpted. Is he going to play this weekend, though? That's the first question out of the gate we got with Coach Mace. Here it is.
He just got here yesterday, man. So, I know he's been trying to chomp at the bit with Mules and Quay trying to get things down. But it's still, even though it was relatively fresh, it's still a transition, man. So he's going to ask any week to come out and play. But it was good to have him out at practice and just kind of getting used to things and, retraining your brain for some of the things that he's been doing, for the last how many ever months down south, right? So, man, we'll see, obviously. But just first and foremost, happy that he got here and was able to get on the field as soon as possible.
Deciphering that, Coach Mace is telling us nothing. Once again, cards tightly to the chest vest region. Some text messages, a lot of text messages came in yesterday that people think he is going to play. Some people are worried about the salary cap as well. I don't think we worry about that. They'll figure that out. They're the adults in the room. They'll figure out how we're paying for things. If we got to go over, we got to go over. It's how it is. What's the fine? We're here to win the jug. Fines are okay. If you think he's playing, 936-6262. If you think he's going to rest, maybe play next week, 936-6262. Coach Mace, just generically talking about what it was like getting a Joe back.
Yeah, no, excellent, man. Obviously, warm welcome from the team, to have him back and just to see the kid smile and bring that energy like we talked about, man. It's nice to have him back.
What do you think, Colson? And I don't want to put you on the spot here, but I haven't got your take on it yet. Do you think he will play? And we're not CFL coaches. We never played in the league. We're not going to lie and pretend like we did. But just as a fan, as a guy that you're here for every game, do you think they'll play him?
I don't think they'll play him. I think he's got one of the better chances because, remember what year it was when Andy Fantuz went down, tried out for the Bears, came back. He didn't play Labor Day, but then played in Winnipeg. So Joe's young and fresh, so I think he's probably got the best chance. My question is literally, will they dress him? I don't think they're going to even dress him. But if they do, and push comes to shove, there's a chance we could see him. But
yeah,
if I was sprinkling like you do, I would be saying no.
I don't see Sports Select having that line, but yeah, that'd be fun if they did. The injury report just came out a little while ago. Updates for you there. Mario Alford, we're going to hear from him. Available for the game. Sean Bain Jr., questionable. Who else do we have down the line? Nelson Lacombo's out officially. Dre McCray is out. Marcus Sales questionable. I think it's safe to say I don't know if we're going to see Marcus Sales. Nick Weeb is available. If you're watching the stream, there it is right there. Colson has it up for us. Let's go. Do you have the Mario Alford since he's back? Mario Alford today at practice. He's obviously excited to finally get back.
Yeah, it's about time, man. I've been waiting on this day, and feels pretty good to be back with the boys, be back with the guys, with the team, just ready to roll.
I think we're all excited for that. No disrespect to Dre McCray. We watched him, heck of a camp, came in. We were high on him. Hey, let's remember, let's take a long look in the mirror. A lot of us were going, well, maybe Mario's expendable here. Maybe we can get rid of him. We got this Dre McCray. But I think now a lot of us have forgot about Dre now that Mario is back. Where is Mario's health at? That's the question on this one here, Colson.
That was close. With the soft tissue injury, they just want to be smart. It's long. We still got a long season and want to be good for down the stretch as well. But Doc just played it safe, taking it easy for me. Give me a week of limited practice last week before I get out here full go.
Yeah, he's back. Coach Mace did talk about it as well and how big it is to have Mario Alford back.
Yeah, man. I and for this game specifically, I know it means a lot to him, and it means a lot, I think, for Rider Nation to see him out there. But he's Super Mario for a reason, man. So just to get him back out there and allow him to do what he does, and whether it's changing field position or putting points on the board, it's crucial for us as a team. So. He knows, what his role is and his part, and what it is to help us win games. And we're lucky to have him, and looking forward to seeing him work.
Yeah. Text line 936-6262. Prairieland Rentals. We got basically Tyrone. No idea where he's from, and Bob from Regina are kind of saying the same thing here. They don't expect that a Joe will dress. Bob says he's going to bury himself in the playbook for at least 1 week. But we interviewed him last year, talked to him a couple times. So I'm not saying we're boys. I'm not sending snaps to each other. But talking to him and just getting kind of his makeup, what kind of guy he is, like Coach May said in that first clip, guaranteed he is itching to play. Hey, Markway. Hey, Mueller, put me in. I want to play. Plus, he's a young guy. We got a record crowd. Of course he's going to. He is probably sales pitching these guys and saying, listen, I can run this play. I got this one down. We're doing the same thing here. Here, let's go. Get me my jerseys. Tape up my ankles. I'm going in.
He's probably telling him, put me in just a block. I'll block every play. Don't throw me the ball. Just put me in there.
Until game time, and then he's going to be like, hey, get me the ball. Hey, get me that.
Literally.
Get me that ball. Man, I'm starting to waver now. I'm waiver guy. Maybe they will. Just because of the crowd, the hype, everything. Not that it's not going to be hyped and the crowd's going to be crazy next weekend out there in Winnipeg. Maybe they will put him in. You never know. Aren't we excited this year? Knock on wood. Jamarcus Hardrick is healthy. What a leader. We love it. His first CFL start. We got news here. Davey Thomas letting us know. I wouldn't have known this. Was with the Riders. Labor Day 2015. His first CFL start. Isn't that exciting? Hardrick spoke today. Love him. He's a beauty. Former co-host on the show. His thoughts on the Labor Day Classic against his former team, the Bombers.
Very excited. Labor Day Classic. Since I've been in the league, this has meant a lot to the league, meant a lot to both of these fan bases, and I'm excited, man. I just love the love that we're getting from the fan base and just being at the crowd, looking forward to them loving on us more. Yeah, let's go do this.
Yeah. Good one here. I'm interested to hear this one. What he remembers about his first Labor Day Classic start.
10 years ago. Hey, it was a great day. Still have memories from that day. I think we were 0-something. And that was the first win of the year. And everyone said when I first got it, the only thing that matters is Labor Day. I didn't know what it meant in 2015, but after being in the league for about 10, 11 years now, I know what it means now. And blessed to still be able to play the game.
I want to know what they were doing in the background when these guys are doing interviews today. Sounds like some sanding the old bench seats at Taylor Field there. Did you watch the Roughriders on their social media? Real nice job putting it together, a piece on the Labor Day Classic. Rob Vanstone narrates it. Robbie Vanstone can narrate anything. I listen to him. And he probably rattled all that off on the top of his head. This is the 60th Labor Day Classic. Colson, you and I both, was it the first one? The crowd, a capacity crowd of 7,500.
Yeah. sellout record at the time, 7,500. I think we've passed that since then.
Isn't that something else? I got my Labor Day classic memories were the two that stand out were at Old Taylor Field for sure. So there used to be a big men's and women's competitive touch football tournament in Regina on Labor Day. So we'd come down from Saskatoon, and yes, it was our chance. When you're in your 20s, 21, it is our chance to come down and party. You're on the road. You're going to Regina. It's all right. So then you try to get tickets for the game, which you did. The one I remember sitting on the east side, and for some reason, we were around a lot of Bomber fans. So it was good, cheeky back and forth, people hyping, all that. And it was hot, for sure. But yeah, tomorrow no one swing, okay? Let's not throw down tomorrow. Let's chirp, let's have fun. No need to toss hands tomorrow. Don't be that guy or that girl, because now the girls are in it. They're throwing them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not do that. Let's just have fun. Good, clean fun, like your mom and dad would have told you. Okay? No, jumping on guys and beating each other up, ripping shirts, all that. Then the other one, I'm going to call myself out here on this one. Young and stupid at that. It was a group, it was a stag for some reason, and we were in the north end zone on those bench seats. It had to be 30, 31, 32 degrees. Mm-hmm. And it was an earlier game. And it was so hot. It was tarps off, back sweat dripping down. At some point, even beer was too much. It was hot. There was a security guard on the field doing his job, mind you,
mm-hmm.
but he was, what's that, Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Yeah.
He was taking his gig seriously, too serious, to where after about the second quarter, he was getting people kicked out that were just having fun. It's like, dude, it's the Labor Day, not of our crew.
Yeah.
It's the Labor Day game. Like, they're not throwing anything on the field. They're not fighting. They're not doing anything stupid. But he was calling over the federales and getting them kicked out. And I'm like, settle. So then, and I'm guilty. I apologize. If that guy's listening, if everyone knows him, he would probably remember this because it's scarred. It was 31, 32 degrees. He had a security shirt on, and he was wearing corduroy pants. I remember that. In 31, 32 corduroy pants. It was hot.
Yeah.
So we turned on him, and we started heckling him. And then we had the whole section at one point going, let's go corduroy.
Oh, boy.
And he was pissed. But he was just taking his job too serious. You can't kick people out. People are fighting. People are being unruly. Yeah, early 20s. A lot of bad mistakes on everyone's scorecard there.
I'm on the other side of the spectrum for my Labor Day memories because for, I think, 4 straight-ish years, from 2012 to 2015, I went with my grandma for Labor Day.
Oh, yeah?
Because, well, it's a 2 p.m. game, right?
Graham's throwing any kind of verbal jousting?
No, she's an angel. But, like, she's got season tickets, but she can only really go to the afternoon games because if it gets too late, it's just too hard on her.
Yeah.
So the first one we went to, 2012, that was a 52-0 game for the Riders, so it was a good start. And then I moved to BC in later 2015 after the game, and so 2016 was the first year I missed it with her, and that was the first year we lost after the 11-year streak. And so I was like, well, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Yeah.
So I tried to get back to the game with Graham next year, but...
couple of texts here on the Prairie Land Rental text line to get to as I decipher. Send us in your harvest pictures. Some of these look really good. Everybody out there harvesting. Gary in Winnipeg, I told you there was going to be the Winnipeg crew was going to start texting in. Tongue-in-cheek here. A little passive-aggressive, Gary. I get it. You can do it. Go ahead. It's very nice to see that there is a sellout for Sunday's Rider game. See, I'm even reading it how smarmy Gary would want me to. expecting around 4,000 Bomber fans at the game. We talked about that yesterday. I think last year we figured it's about 5,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gary, you're in the ballpark. I think there'll be 4,000. They're probably rolling in already, right? They're here for the weekend. Make a weekend out of it. Steven's wondering about Benny Sapp III has NFL bloodlines. Steven, I'd go download the show from yesterday.
Exactly.
Go to the podcast yesterday. We hear from Benny Sapp. It's a great interview. He talks about there's a member of the Riders, and this is an old-fashioned tease here. He talks about how his father played with a current Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it at that.
He also talks about blowing out his ACL twice and his MCL. I'm like, oh, man.
Brenda up in Stoon. You got to let me know when you're texting in from Saskatchewan. I'd like to know east side or west side. A Labor Day memory was September 2nd, 2012, a total beatdown of the Bombers. 52-0.
Yeah.
52-0 game was... Yeah.
Those are only enjoyable for the team winning. Everyone else kind of like... it's a blowout. Why am I watching this game anymore? Whereas all the fans in the stadium are like, yeah.
The Rocky Butler one, and I know there's some texts on that. That was a big one. 2002. Where did he come from? You know, the other thing, and this might be more just games as a kid. So you're way too young. I think he was called I think he was called the Flame. A fan, and everyone out there remember that? Wasn't he called the Flame? And he had a helmet with a flame on the top.
Like a lit flame?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy.
Oh yeah, no, there's some sort of propane mechanism hooked up, and then the Riders would score, and he would stand there, and if memory serves me correctly, he'd have basically he was in a football gear with face painted.
Yeah.
And then probably a helmet with... There's pictures out there. I think he had his own playing card at one time. The Flame. Classic... the things we were able to do in the 80s.
Yeah.
70s and 80s.
That's not getting in the stadium these days.
You think? Can't even bring a
Sir,
lighter
what's in your bag here?
You can't bring a lighter in, can you? Let alone a helmet with a propane mechanism that blows off fire.
You ever forgotten like a work tool in the bottom of your backpack and then have to sneak through security somewhere?
Sandy Monteith? Is that what you're saying, Steve? Was he the Flame? He was an icon? I don't know.
Maybe.
You got to clarify that on this. Oh, Colson, you got to find a picture of it.
I think I just did, so I'll work on getting that for us.
Yeah. What a wild time. Wild and crazy times. Yeah, Steve says, yeah, that was his name. Sandy Monteith. Legend. Keep them coming. Your memories, 936-6262. We're going to hear from more of the Riders coming up. We also got an interview with Nick Wiebe today. A whole lot more. Dustin Nielson from TSN joins us next. It is the Sports Cage. Thanks to everyone who's listening out there, harvesting, driving, whatever you're doing. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Always, we are on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.
620 CKRM is your home to country's greatest hits and the 90s at 9. 1 full hour featuring the biggest hits of the 90s. Garth, Reba, Alan, Shania, George, and so much more. No cassette tape or CDs required, and 90s mullets are optional. 90s at 9 for the town of Wolseley and the voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM.
What's going on in the markets? When is the right time to invest? What should you do with your money today? When Dennis had questions, he talked to Brian Golly.
Our previous investor, he did everything by looking it up in the book. Brian seems to have a lot of research done on it, and he just doesn't pick stuff up and throw it at you. He makes sure that the investments are researched.
You don't have to plan your financial future alone. Call Brian Golly of Smart Investing Solutions.
We certainly do recommend him.
306-546-2533.
Regina, get ready for some thunder. The Regina Thunder are charging into an electrifying 2025 season, and you can be on the roster, the fan roster. Come support our hometown heroes as they deliver bone-rattling hits, jaw-dropping plays, and the best local talent on the field. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be part of the winning tradition. Feel the energy and live the excitement. Season tickets are on sale now at reginathunder.ca. Bring the Thunder.
The care your family receives in hospitals, schools, and community programs comes from SEIU West members who live in your community. We're united around something simple. When working people have what they need to do their jobs well, everyone benefits. Our conditions of work are your conditions of care. For more information, visit seiuwest.ca.
So, since that little ding on my car last week, I don't know where to take it.
I don't even know. That's easy. Take it to Regina Motor Products.
Who said that?
I did. Down here. I'm Terry the Tire. Regina Motor Products Chevrolet Collision Center and SGI accredited auto body repair is a full-service collision and body shop that works on all makes and models. Just submit your claim to SGI and set an appointment to get your appraisal done. Easy.
I bet you're tired after saying all that.
South at Highway 1 and 6, Albert Street. RMPChevrolet.com.
Nelson Homes is having a summer blowout sale on quick possession homes that you don't want to miss out on. Get free delivery anywhere in Saskatchewan on select in-stock show homes and spec home RTMs. For more information, visit their website, homes.nlc.ca. Or for general information, call 1-800-661-6534. That's the Nelson Homes Summer Blowout Sale. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
Does your Wi-Fi cut in and out, or sometimes simply disappear? Well, maybe your Wi-Fi isn't slow, it's just not smart. Access Smart Wi-Fi Plus boosts and optimizes the signal in your home for a fast, solid connection for the entire family. It even lets you be in control of your children's screen time and add filters for age-appropriate content. Fast, strong, secure. That's Access Smart Wi-Fi Plus. Learn more at myaccess.ca.
Did you know over 1.3 million homeowners call on Reliance for their water heater needs? With over 140,000 five-star online reviews and over 60 years experience, you could say Reliance Heath are water heater experts. Switch to Reliance Heath today. They'll give you $200 plus standard installation is included. For all your hot water needs,
Call on Reliance.
Visit waterheaterrentals.com for details. Terms and conditions apply.
If you've got a Steelcraft garage door, you've got a door with parts manufactured and assembled right here in Canada. A door with better insulation and seal, plus a warranty you're probably never going to use. And if you don't have a Steelcraft garage door, you should get one. Don't just hang a door, install a Steelcraft. Turn curb appeal into curb envy.
Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door. We offer more.
Steel-craft.ca.
Back to Sportscage. Text 306-936-6262. 620 CKRM.
Welcome back to the Sports Cage here. Still a lot more to come. Thanks for tuning in on Fridays. It's for Nelson Homes. I teed this up earlier. Let's go out on the Western Pizza guest hotline. Perfect night for a little Western Zaw. If you're heading to the lake, maybe you're harvesting, grab yourself a pizza or any of the Greek favorites you like at one of the Western Pizza locations. Dustin Nielson from TSN, also from Edmonton Sports Talk, is joining us. Before we get to CFL football, before we get to the tomfoolery, we got to talk about the exciting, revelation that came down this week, last week, whatever, where your sports show in Edmonton is, partnering with Harvard, where we work here. You guys are going to be an FM sports show every morning in Edmonton.
Yeah, that's actually pretty exciting. I don't think it's been done in a major market before, so we'll see how it goes. I guess we'll guinea pig it. But yeah, Harvard reached out to us, and they love our show, wanted to put it on an FM station, so it'll be a Cruise 95.7 FM out here. And we're not changing anything. It's just going to be a ton of sports talk and a ton of laughs every single morning, and hopefully it goes well, and then who knows where it goes from there. But it's a little scary doing something that's really never been done. But streaming for 12 straight hours had never really been done either, and that's been going pretty well for us. So we're excited about it,
man. You might have to at some point though, like play some Harlequin or some Trooper, maybe a slide whistle, like rock radio style, right?
A big Trooper guy myself, man. So if I have to play some Trooper, I'll play some Trooper, and it's a classic rock station, right? So so we'll see. But yeah, they believe in us, and I think it's gonna be pretty positive.
You've called the Labor Day game here in Saskatchewan before. You're not doing it this year. The kind of spread note. You're staying there in Alberta. Riders, Bombers. It's always probably, and I guess it's because we're in Sask. It's the most special one. Packed stadium. It's going to be record crowd. They're saying just the Labor Day game for you, calling the game, Dusty, when you're in Saskatchewan. What's that like?
Yeah, man, I have to say, hearing that it's going to be a record crowd, it kind of pisses me off. I'm not calling that game this year. Like, I've done the last three, and then I've done the last three Banjo Bowls, and this year they're just keeping me on the Alberta and then the rematch, obviously, here in Edmonton. Very jealous that I'm not going to be there for that game because it's a phenomenal game. I mean, to me, the two biggest regular season games and this is no disrespect to any other teams, but the two biggest games on the regular season schedule are Labor Day in Regina and the Banjo Bowl in Winnipeg. So, we had Stephen Brunt on our show earlier in the week. We were talking about all these Canadian rivalries and which one's the best. And even he's a Hamilton guy, and he said it's got to be the Riders and the Bombers right now. So I think it should be, the Riders have obviously been the better of the two teams so far this year, but it's Labor Day. You can kind of throw that out. Could just straight up be a huge Brady Oliveira game. We'll have to see how it sort of plays out. But I do like the Riders to get back in the win column here at home.
What do you make of the Riders losing 2 games to Calgary?
Hat tip to Calgary. Yeah. Calgary's 5-0 against the Bombers and the Riders. The Bombers have, one loss to anybody else in the league, not named Calgary. And the Riders haven't lost to anybody, not named Calgary. So I think really what it is just you need to give respect to Vernon Adams and that Calgary Stampeders defense. The Stampeders defense has been outstanding. And look, man, VA doesn't mess around. He slings it deep. He does not hesitate. He'll take some risks. And, hey, he threw a couple picks as well. It's not going to be perfect. But he's got some of his weapons healthy. Dedrick Mills, I think, is one of, if not the best backs in the league as well. I'm not throwing any shade. That's a really good team. Both the Riders and the Stamps are a very good team. I'm sure it's been a lot of great conversation for you guys this week, but I have a feeling we'll see them again at some point.
The Bombers, their season's, I guess, been a little up and down, the Jekyll and Hyde thing with a lot of teams in the CFL. But the Bombers coming in here, I guess, I think some of the lines, we got 5 points for the Riders. Some are even up to 6. Winnipeg, what are you seeing from them this year? This is the time of the year where they can turn it around. What are you seeing from the Bombers?
Yeah, I don't think it's overly critical to say that these aren't the Bombers from the last 4 to 5 years. I think we started to see that a little bit last year, and then they went on a great run and obviously came close once again. Zach Collaros hasn't been what he has been the last few years. Brady Oliveira obviously has the ability to turn it on, but injuries have hit them big time on both sides of the ball, right? They've lost guys in games. They've lost guys 4 games. And then defensively, that's one area I think Trevor Harris could probably try to take advantage of is some of the injuries that they have in the secondary right now. So, but with that being said, that guy that we're seeing right there, Brady Oliveira, can turn it on, and Zach knows how to get him involved through the air as well. So it's not like shut down the run game, you're going to control Brady Oliveira. It's shut down the run game, Brady might hurt you in some other way.
What's been the biggest surprise of the CFL season for you so far? All the games you watch, all the teams, anything?
It's got to be Calgary. Calgary was awful last year. And you thought, is it going to take them a little while to restore, a great playoff run like they had just kind of come out of? And I thought maybe it would. And I guess I'll take the L on that one. I was a little surprised by it. But you go out, you bring in a veteran quarterback who's always kind of been disrespected around the league. So he obviously has something to prove. And then they've added some of these guys, like second-year guys who've been elevated from their rookie season to the second year on defense. Roberts is one of the guys that comes to mind. And I didn't expect Calgary's defense to be as good as they are. You knew VA was probably going to make things work, but Calgary's defense has been the biggest surprise of the year for me.
What's going on there in Edmonton?
Well, we'll see. I mean, everybody loves Cody Fajardo for now. Before the season, everybody loved Trey Ford. So, look, Cody Fajardo has, and this was told to me by his head coach, Cody Fajardo has a massive presence. And people around Edmonton on the roster and the staff are buying into what Cody Fajardo is selling. So they've won 3 in a row. This would still be a pretty significant upset if they go down to Calgary, beat a good Stampeders team. But they've won 3 in a row, and, I mean, it should be 4 in a row. They had a drop for a touchdown against Hamilton. Should have beat them, and they actually played the Riders pretty tight when Cody Fajardo first took over. So there's no doubt they've been playing better. I think Fajardo being able to sustain drives has actually allowed this defense to start to live up to what we thought it might be at the beginning of the year. So they got a shot, but I'm doing that game. I will be stunned if Edmonton does pull off the upset. But Calgary's lost to Ottawa twice, so I don't know what to make of it.
And then Toronto puts up 52 on BC last week. It's like, okay, what's going on? I love that, though, about the league. It's like college football last night. I wake up this morning, I see some of the scores, and I'm like, what happened? Why didn't I hammer that bet? And all this. Are you paying attention much to what happened in the NFL and the cuts and the guys? And then maybe just your comments on Elgersma. All signs point to maybe him coming to Canada. For me, Dusty, the thing that I can't wrap my head around is this guy played, U Sport Canada last year. So to go to a practice roster on an NFL team seems like a stretch. What's your take on him? What do you think is going to happen there?
I mean, I'll say this. I was pretty surprised with how well he played when he got opportunity in the preseason. Now, was I surprised when he didn't make the roster and wasn't put on a practice roster? No, he's a Canadian who's coming out of U Sports, like you said. I mean, those programs have been disrespected for years south of the border. So I'm not surprised by the way that it's gone down. I think for his future, might be better off to get up here, learn from a guy like Zach, and eventually take over there. And that doesn't mean that his path is shut off down south, right? You just see Nathan Rourke was on like an all-time best pace up here. Went down, made some plays, couldn't get a sniff. So I am afraid that he went to school down there. So I think Elgersma, as talented as he is, there's probably going to be too many hurdles to overcome for him to actually get maybe a shot that he actually deserves down there. And then obviously Joe coming back, that should be good. Not that you guys need any help at receiver. You got a couple of studs there already, but that guy's an athletic freak. I'm excited to see him back in the league when it officially happens.
And I got to ask you here, if people watching the stream, you see that sweet hat, that looks really retro. Is that from the old school, or where did you pick that up?
No, this is probably about 3 years old, maybe. This is on the Ottawa Red Blacks website. The Red Blacks website will roll out some generic CFL stuff sometimes. And whenever they do, I buy as much of it as I possibly can, because I can't be guy going around the league wearing an Elks hoodie I would wear all the logos. Like I just want to wear league swag. So, but it would be weird doing my morning show and wearing like a Stamps hoodie. I like Lions colors. I'd wear Lions gear, like a black hoodie with like the orange Lions logo. Yeah. So I need as much CFL stuff as I could possibly get my hands on. So keep an eye on it. Red Black's website for some reason has it sometimes. And I've been trying to make a push. I say it all the time. Like, give me CFL merch. I'll full blow Rob Lowe this league, man. Like, let's get after it.
I think what you need maybe too, just to kind of keep everybody happy, some Birmingham gear, some Las Vegas Posse, Shreveport.
Why not?
Pick up any of those classics.
Well, we have our fantasy football leagues. All the teams are named after the defunct organization. So yes, give us that swag too. And there is a website. I can't remember the name of it, but you can go on and get the jerseys and stuff for those teams.
The Montreal Concords. Here we go. Okay, and then what is your favorite Trooper song then? If you had to.
Well, I mean, Raise a Little Hell. I mean, it's so generic, but I like writing parody songs for my morning show.
I know.
And I want to write one because we'll play Raise a Little Hell when we talk about CFL sometimes. And if I find the time, which might be tough, but I want to write, instead of Raise a Little Hell, I want it to be like, it's the CFL, it's a CFL, it's the CFL. Okay. And then, put some highlights over and stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Good stuff, Dusty. Congratulations on things. Looking forward to that. Now that I guess we're kind of, in the same family here. So
loosely affiliated, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we could still go to like the reunions together and drink free booze and pierogies and stuff. I think that would still be allowed. And then have a good call in Alberta this weekend, man. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
right
thanks
there.
a lot. There's the merch. That's
Look
what I'm
at that.
talking about.
Good job,
Yeah,
Colson.
see? I've got that T-shirt and I've got that hat.
Yeah.
But they're running low on stuff, and I'm 6'5". There's not a lot of double XL rolling around on the website.
I think a nice sweat pant for the fall. That'd be
that's a good idea.
That'd be nice.
I'd wear those all over the country, man.
All right, Dusty, have a good one, man. Thanks for doing this.
Okay, enjoy that game, everybody.
All right, see you later. Dustin Nielson from TSN, Edmonton Sports Talk, which now can be heard starting this week. I think it's Wednesday on the FM dial in Edmonton. Lots of fun. CFL talk. Just talk in general with Dusty is always a blast. It is a Sports Cage. We're streaming at sportscage.com. We got head coach of the Rams, Mark McConkey, coming up. We are the home of the Rams, 620 CKRM.
SEIU West members are
Stores Person,
Unit Assistant,
Finance Officer, Unit Clerk,
Recreation Coordinator,
Youth Care Worker,
Medical Laboratory Technologist,
Power Engineer, Office Administrative Assistant,
Maintenance Services Worker,
Medical Transcriptionist,
Medical Office Assistant,
File Clerk, Medical Laboratory Assistant,
Pharmacy Technician.
The backbone of your public health care system. Learn more at seius.ca.
Hey, let's hit up Pump Jack's Cathedral.
Pump? You talking about my basketball shoes?
No, Pump Jack's Cathedral.
Who?
Pump Jack's Cathedral Saloon and Steakhouse. They're open now. They've got a large selection of local draft and food and drink specials. Kids are allowed until 8. There's live entertainment every weekend.
Let's go. I'm pumped.
On the corner of Albert and 13th, Pump Jack's Cathedral Saloon and Steakhouse. Come early, stay late. The place where friends meet.
Hear that? That's the sound of lost revenue. Hi, I'm Terry from Zipperlock Building Company. At Zipperlock, our buildings don't have any bolts, so you don't have to worry about water leaking and spoiling your fertilizer or grain. Plus, your valuable farm equipment will stay nice and dry. We promise that you'll get the Zipperlock building that suits your needs, with no bolts, no leaks, no BS. Zipperlock Building Company, built in hours to last a lifetime. See us in Raymore or call 1-888-692-5515.
Louis Dreyfus Company is expanding its Yorkton facility with a new canola crush plant opening later this fall and a new pea protein isolate plant opening in the new year, both to meet growing demand for canola and plant-based products. Fall is coming up quickly. Ask about their very competitive basis levels and lock in your canola space now. The LDC driveway is open Monday to Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. LDC Yorkton, a name you know, a name you can trust. 1-877-782-8882 or LDCYorkton.com.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
Nelson Homes is having a summer blowout sale on quick possession homes that you don't want to miss out on. Get free delivery anywhere in Saskatchewan on select in-stock show homes and spec home RTMs. For more information, visit their website, homes.nlc.ca. Or for general information, call 1-800-661-6534. That's the Nelson Homes Summer Blowout Sale. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
You say,
"Come on, yeah."
And your cows say,
moo.
So you tell them,
"Your water is literally right over there."
And then they say,
like, moo again.
Your cows are divas, and you can't make them move to the water, so move the water to the cows with the Kelm Solar Livestock Watering System. Off-grid, low hassle, cow approved.
Very moo.
Visit kelmsolar.com.
If you have a garage door that's running a little rough, you should really have Busy Bee Doors, the garage door specialists, come out and repair it, or it may need to be replaced altogether. Yeah, just call Busy Bee Doors, the local experts who have been in the business for many, many years, because they can fix or replace any commercial or garage door.
Honey, calling Busy Bee.
Good idea. Busy Bee Doors, the garage door specialists.
Text CKRM 306-936-6262. From skid steers to tents to power tools, anything you need to rent for that summer job is at Prairie Land Rentals. Deal with the owner, 600 Albert Street. It's time for the Sports Ticker, brought to you by Reliance Heath Water Heater Rentals. For all your hot water needs, call on Reliance Heath today.
Will a Joe play for the Riders on Sunday? Coach Mace not giving us anything. We aren't sure yet. Mario Alford's going to be back in the lineup, though. That's good. The Riders on Sports Select right now, a 5-point favorite. There were 6 yesterday. Rams starting their season in Calgary for the season opener tonight. Noah Pelche is going to start for the Hardy Cup champs. 5:15 right here on 620 CKRM. Blue Jays back in action. Milwaukee's in town. The Jays only 3.5 up on the Red Sox in the AL East. That is your sports ticker for Reliance Heath Water Heater Rentals, keeping you in hot and soft water. Call on Reliance.
There he is, Mark McConkey. Like I said, this is pre-recorded. It's the early morning of game day or in Calgary, Mark. I guess basic question right off the hop. How was camp? How are things looking as you guys get set to take on Calgary tonight?
Yeah, I thought camp was really good. We got a lot of veteran players coming back, and it just seemed like we were just more efficient in our meetings, in how we practice. Guys know where to go. We knew how to practice, so it wasn't like a new young team who's trying to figure those things out. Like, we're a very veteran squad, so it was a good camp, and we had a great preseason game with lots of young guys playing. And now we're here week 1, and I think we're ready to go. We'll find out tonight around 5:30.
Defensive side of the ball, who are the vets? Who are the glue guys that are going to make this team tick?
Yeah, you got to look at guys like Chopper Hippie, Carson Sombach, Torrance, Swiston Burness. Like, those are kind of the main guys on defense. Brandon Wong. I mean, there's a lot of guys. We did lose a few, obviously. Jackson Sombach, Delaney Robinson to the CFL, which always hurts, but some young guys are going to get ready to step up.
Offensively, what do you got there? What are people going to see this year?
Yeah, we'll see. We got a veteran group of linemen. They're all back. We lost one to the CFL or to graduation, then one actually got hurt in a CFL training camp, Connor Clausen. So we got a few guys shuffling in there, but for the most part, a lot of veteran leadership there, and guys have been working with Coach Jones for all off season. So should be good there. Our receivers, I think, are another year better. We lost to Sean Mims to graduation in the CFL. But we got other guys ready to step up and go. So we're excited. Again, I don't want to give away too much, but I think we're excited.
What is that run at the end of last season to get in and then, to go where you guys did? Like, what does that do for the team? You said you get so many veterans coming back. Mentally, it's got to be like, hey, we lose a game or we lose a couple games, it's okay. There's a lot of things that can happen here. What does that do for the veterans in the team?
Yeah, it obviously just gives those guys confidence. And going into last year's playoffs, again, we had a team meeting. Okay, put your hand up if you've played in a playoff game before. I don't know, 15 guys. How many have won a playoff game? None, including myself as a player. So to have that experience now of winning those high-pressure games, that's something you just can't teach. You got to experience it. You got to go through it, right? Every pro sport, you see those teams that are in playoffs, they go a little bit further, and then a couple years later, they finally make it all the way through. So just having that experience is huge. And obviously just having our guys trust the process. Like, yeah, we don't want to lose, but if it happens, it's okay. We just got to get in the playoffs. We got to continue to get better week in, week out, and peak at the right time.
Coaching-wise, do you change a lot going into this year, just from learning from last year?
A little bit. Obviously, you're always looking to get better, right? You never want to be complacent on, we're the best, we can do everything here. Like, I don't think we were the best. I think we weren't very good last year. I think we got better as playoffs went on in all 3 phases, but there's still room to improve. No coach is ever going to be satisfied. So, yeah, we made a few tweaks here and there, and but for the most part, staff's very similar, other than losing Josh Donnelly. So we're ready to go.
What's the conference like? They're coming out with power rankings and preseason rankings and all that. Again, it's really hard, right? And we saw it last year. That's why it's so exciting. What do you think of the conference?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't want to swear, but it's kind of a crapshoot. You never know. Like Alberta could be just as good as U of S, and I think there's a couple teams that are pretty strong right now, and then the rest are. But it's any given day. I mean, UBC beat Manitoba last night, 21-9, and you thought Manitoba might have would have won that game going in. So you just never know. It's very even. Anyone's game, anyone's conference. So you just got to go out and play, which is the way we like it.
Right on. Well, let's see how it goes tonight. Exciting season. Everyone's really excited for the Rams again, Mark, and I appreciate you taking some time early on this Friday morning.
For sure. Thanks for having me on.
Rider Nation lives on 620 CKRM. I'm Dave Thomas, voice of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Sunday is game day as the Riders take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Countdown to kickoff with Justin Dunk and Tegan Whitco's at 2. The pregame show's at 4. And kickoff with Luke Mullinder and I is at 5. Saskatchewan Roughrider football on the Cooperators Rider Broadcast Network is brought to you by Salford Equipment, Western Ag Professional Agronomy, and the Saskatchewan NDP Caucus. Stream every moment of Rider football at sportscage.com.
Cap off summer with great deals on outdoor gear during the Labor Day weekend sale. On now at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Save 20% on Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier rods and combos. Engineered for smooth casting and tournament performance. Or take 25% off Redhead Men's Ozark Mountain flannel shirts. The ultimate plaid shirt for bonfires and cool nights. From summer to fall, do it all with gear from the Labor Day weekend sale. On now at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. See basspro.ca for full details.
Regina, get ready for some thunder. The Regina Thunder are charging into an electrifying 2025 season, and you can be on the roster, the fan roster. Come support our hometown heroes as they deliver bone-rattling hits, jaw-dropping plays, and the best local talent on the field. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be part of the winning tradition. Feel the energy and live the excitement. Season tickets are on sale now at reginathunder.ca. Bring the Thunder.
Sask Lotteries has over 50 years of winning behind us. And you know what that means? Lots of winning numbers. Numbers like over 1,200 organizations funded and 12,000 plus groups supported. $6 million given away annually in community grants. And the winningest number of all? $1.4 billion given back to the people of Saskatchewan through sport, culture, and recreation. And we're just getting started. Learn more at sasklotteries.ca.
Nelson Homes is having a summer blowout sale on quick possession homes that you don't want to miss out on. Get free delivery anywhere in Saskatchewan on select in-stock show homes and spec home RTMs. For more information, visit their website, homes.nlc.ca. Or for general information, call 1-800-661-6534. That's the Nelson Homes Summer Blowout Sale. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
Have you ever tried convincing a 1,000-pound animal to walk half a mile for a drink? Yeah, good luck with that. Cows aren't moving, and frankly, they don't care about your schedule. So instead of turning your pasture into a full-blown cattle negotiation summit, install a Keln Solar livestock watering system. You can drop a pump just about anywhere. No grid, no trenching, no drama. So let the cows chill. You move the water. Keln Solar. They move water because your cows won't. Visit kelnsolar.com.
Hear that? What a tackle!
That big crunch wasn't from the tackle, Chris. That's the KFC $4.95 End Zone Big Crunch and $7.95 End Zone Big Crunch combos only on game days.
The End Zone Special available on Rough Rider game days at participating KFC Sask locations.
Saskatchewan's workforce drives the prosperity of our province. Unifor Local 594 represents the unionized employees at the Co-op Refinery and Ethanol Complex, and we defend the dignity of labor. We firmly believe in universal respect and recognize every individual's contribution to our industry, economy, and province. Unifor 594 wants to thank our members for their role in maintaining safe operations. In solidarity, we wish all Saskatchewan workers a very happy Labor Day.
Tune in for your chance to win big with Access Communications Children's Fund TV Bingo every Saturday at 5 with a prize board between $7,000 and $15,000. Cards are $14 with all proceeds going to the Access Communications Children's Fund. Watch and play every Saturday at 5 for your chance to win TV Bingo only on Access Now TV. This week's jackpot is $5,000 in 54 numbers or less.
We are 620 CKRM Regina, a Harvard media station.
It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Corey Atkinson from the SaskToday.ca newsroom with your 620 CKRM news. There is a buzz in the city as we inch closer to Sunday's 60th edition of the Labor Day Classic between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Tomorrow, you can meet with some of the players during the annual Fan Day at Mosaic. The Riders' Mark Habicht says there will be all kinds of fun for the fans.
Doors open at 10 o'clock. You can come down to the stadium. It's absolutely free. So maybe you've never been to the stadium. Maybe you just want to come see some football players, or maybe you're at every game and you want to try to have some fun, maybe meet a player or two. You can come down, 10 o'clock, the gates open.
Coverage of the Labor Day Classic starts at 2 o'clock Sunday with countdown to kickoff. Dave Thomas and Luke Mullinder will have play-by-play for you starting at 5. The 2025 Canoe Kayak Canada Sprint National Championships are underway at Regina's Wascana Park. The event has drawn more than 800 athletes from nearly 40 canoe clubs nationwide, including every province and the Yukon. Over 5 days, competitors will race in singles, doubles, fours, and even the powerful 15-person canoe. Events range from 200 to 1,500 meters. The championships also feature para-canoe races and masters divisions. Competition continues through Saturday. Healthcare concerns in Saskatchewan's maternity wards are again being raised by the New Democratic Party. The opposition pointed to anonymous complaints from nurses about overcrowding, staffing shortages, and faulty equipment in Regina and Saskatoon. They accused the government of misleading the public by blaming the problems on high birth numbers in July. A government statement says the Saskatchewan Health Authority is committed to safe, high-quality care and highlighted recent staffing increases, equipment funding, and new beds at Saskatoon City Hospital. The government of Saskatchewan will showcase its nuclear ambitions at the World Nuclear Symposium in the United Kingdom. Crown Investments Corporation Minister Jeremy Harrison will lead the mission, highlighting uranium mining, research institutions, and industry expertise. Harrison says the UK trip is a chance to learn about financing, deployment, and building international partnerships. Saskatchewan already supplies all of Canada's uranium and is the second largest producer worldwide. The symposium runs from September 1st to 6th in London. A man is facing charges in a pair of arsons in Saskatchewan on Thursday, as well as a third still being investigated. Police in Prince Albert, north of Saskatoon, say a suspect had set the wheel of a vehicle on fire and almost 2 hours later set something on fire inside a business. A suspect also reportedly did so again at another business, and soon after they arrested a 50-year-old man. He is facing charges including arson to property, break and enter, and arson with a disregard for life. And contract talks have stalled between Alberta teachers and the provincial government just days before most students are set to return to the classroom. Education Minister Dimitrios Nikolaitis says the Alberta Teachers Association is playing politics with children, but Association President Jason Schilling says the government's underfunding is harming students.
It is hypocritical for the government to claim that they value education while running a public education system that spends the least per student in all of Canada and simultaneously underpaying the very people who make it work.
Schilling says the province is putting more work on teachers' plates, including to comply with new provincial rules like book restrictions, without proper resources. That was your 620 CKRM News. Read more stories from around your community and around the province at sasktoday.ca and 620ckrm.com. Your weather is next.
Howdy, Wood Country Woody here again. And let me tell you something, my yard was so ugly, I had to throw pork chops on the lawn just to get the dog out there. Kind of ironic that it was Barkman Concrete landscaping products that fixed my problem. I got mine at Wood Country, natural. Paving stones, retaining wall blocks, patio blocks, pretty up your yard. Come take a gander at Barkman Concrete products from Wood Country.
Your home is your castle.
In McLean, Estevan, and Tisdale, wood-country.com.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 50-50 is presented by ISC.
Weather brought to you by Line X Regina, serious protection, killer looks, 1865 McCarra Street. Weather tonight, partly cloudy and a low down to 16. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. What a day. High of 30 degrees. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, Low of 17, Sunday, Labor Day Classic, Mosaic Stadium. Partly sunny, high of 30, wind south-southwest 15 to 30. Beautiful day for football. Looking ahead to Monday, a long weekend. Monday, partly sunny, slight risk of a shower, maybe 20% in the area, and a high of 28. Tuesday, partly sunny, isolated shower in the area, and a high of 20 right now in downtown Regina. We got cloudy skies, and it's 29 degrees.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line-X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line-X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line-X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line-X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line-X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents The Sports Cage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Nelson Homes, supplying home packages and RTMs for over 65 years. Be part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262. The Sports Cage. Streaming at sportscage.com, our YouTube channel, and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Welcome back. Friday for Nelson Homes. Going into the Labor Day long weekend. Where is the summer gone? Hey, how many times do you get asked a year, how's your summer been? I was like, I don't know. Gone. We're already into September. Kids are back to school, which for a lot of you, right, it's a good thing. Get them out of your hair. A lot of you cruising to the lake. This weekend, the weather looks beauty. Some of you coming into town for the big game, and a lot of you out there harvesting. Be safe. Of course, women and men out there getting the crop off. Coulson, tomorrow's a game day. Every time I read this, I get really hungry. On game days at participating KFCs around Saskatchewan. Sorry, Sunday. Yeah. Sunday, not tomorrow. End Zone Big Crunch on game days, on Rider game days, $4.95. And then the Big Crunch combo, $7.95. So get your KFC on Sunday. All participating locations of KFC, $4.95. Big Crunch combo, $7.95. Prairie Land Rentals text line. I'm going to go to the YouTube one because the people that are watching out there. Shout out to some of the Saskatoon listeners. Derek, Walter Murray Marauder. He says his favorite Labor Day memory, and this one's been quite common too, and I remember, I think I was at this game. Connect the dots. I think I remember being at this game before 2007. So Habanos would have been bumping. The state, was that around? See, I'm still in Saskatoon in 2007. And then what else? Manhattan's was closed. I'm going through all the bars back in the day that us Saskatoon folk like to come down. Oh, what was the one in the hotel? South Albert. Anyway, Derek says 2007. Kerry Joseph rushing it in for the win. Labor Day. That was good. Kerry loves that one too when we talk to him. Sandra, my first Labor Day Classic was about 2015, and there was a dude in the crowd with like a gallon jar of pickled eggs, tossing him through the crowd with a soup ladle. Sandra's on the west side in Saskatoon. That sounds like a west side move, Sandra, doesn't it? Hold on here. How would he get, what year are we? 2015. We talked about the Flame earlier. The Flame could roll in with a helmet and a propane system flame on his head. But 2015, 10 years ago, how did that guy get a gallon jar of pickled eggs in the stadium and he's throwing them? If you're watching the stream, there it is. What was his name? Thanks to everyone who mentioned in, like right away, people sending pictures of the Flame and also letting us know his name was Sandy Monteith. Is Sandy still around? Sandy around? What a legend. Look at that picture. That contraption. That needs to be in the CFL Hall of Fame if it isn't. He's got a pom-pom in one hand. He's got a siren in the other hand. He's got a cape. Football pants is on, and then a T-shirt that looks like it was done at Torchy's, that just says the Flame, and then a full helmet with like that. That's not a little flame either. The one picture somebody sent in, there's like straight across the street. What's that hotel over here now? Ramada? That's where that picture is from.
The Delta, other direction.
No, that one is here. That picture
sure?
that somebody sent a positive. And there people are gathering. Looks like there's a little party on the street in front of it. Man, it was a simpler time when we could just party on the streets in Regina and have a
He
good
did
time.
go to the farewell game for Taylor Field. But per the article I was reading, there was a settlement made in 1990, so the Flame was not allowed to return. The settlement, to what I can read, was unrelated to the Flame, but I'm guessing it was just no explosives at Taylor Field.
When I look at that last picture you had of how high that flame is, totally get it.
Oh, yeah.
That's Roxette style dangerous if you do that. Kim Weist sent it in, the picture of the hotel. Like, that is the new Ramada. Yeah, that's... Delta. Okay, hold on. Now I'm second guessing myself. Those are balconies, right? Aren't they?
Yeah.
So the only hotel with balconies, but those are different looking balconies as the other one. Regardless, people are partying. They're having a good time. The Flames out there. Sandy is around. Shows up in Rider Ticket Facebook page. Right on. Thanks,
Nice.
Mark. Great text messages. Back to the YouTube one. There was another one here. Kevin says the hat is awesome that Dustin Nielson had on, that CFL hat. They had him at the Rider store a couple of years back, he states, and they were a hot commodity. So keep the text messages coming. We're having fun here. As we go into Labor Day, the classic. I told a couple Labor Day stories in hour one. Let us know what yours are. Again, lots of people, the Rocky Butler 2002. The other thing too, I was snooping around one of the aftermarket ticket sites, and I got a little research for you. And I know, brothers helping out brothers, and women help. Hey, if you got extra tickets, put them out on your social media, and you're going to find someone that wants them. They'll give you the face value. But if you're going to come into the game and you want to pay aftermarket prices, the most expensive one before fees that I saw were around $350. Good seats, though, mind you. Pill Country, I saw on the aftermarket, pre-fees, $112. What's a Pill Country ticket go for again? It's around $30-$40 for a regular game. That place will be a buzzsaw on Sunday. I might go walk around there just to get the feel, so I can talk about it on Tuesday. It's gonna be and hot. Over under 700. What does that hold? Pill Country be at least $1,000 in there. I'd say 300 dudes with their tarps off on Sunday.
Clicking ahead to the October 10th game, Pill Country is listed as $39.69 all in.
So anyone that got their tickets for the Labor Day, you're on the ball. You got a steal of a deal. Gary in Winnipeg says, I bet the Flame would have a great steak barbecue. S'mores. S'more day on the Flames lid. Yeah. What a day. What a time to be alive back then. One thing we have here, we teed it up, Nick Weeb, talking a little college ball. Dave's got a one-on-one with him. He's talking about Canada West and also playing in his first Labor Day Classic.
Nick Weeb, the countdown to Labor Day 60 is on. What does it mean to you to be a part of it, your first Labor Day?
I mean, kind of just being around the province, as much as I have been with the Huskies and obviously being here for a year, I think you kind of get a sense from the crowd and the community of what this game really means to the province and the city and just the fan base in general. So obviously a huge opportunity for us against a massive rival, which is always a good game because Winnipeg is always good and we're always usually in the hunt for a contention spot as well. So it means a ton, and just trying to go put on a good show for the fans on Sunday.
Can you describe what it's like running out of the tunnel with a sold-out house in the stadium?
I don't think I actually can describe it to you, honestly. It's beyond anything I've experienced, even in the States, at Oregon, at U of S, anywhere. It's different. This fan base and this stadium when it's rocking it's different than anywhere in the world, as far as I'm concerned, for a fan base in terms of volume in here. So it's pretty special.
Emotional boost for sure. Do you have to keep those emotions in check though, so that you don't go over the top?
I think there's a factor of that. However, obviously you want to start fast and finish fast. So riding that high and giving the fans something to cheer for throughout the entire game, you can kind of ride that high through the whole game, and that's what we're hoping to do. And it's just great to have this fan base out here to support us like they do.
One more on this game. Tell me a little bit about the bounce back. Has that been the word in the locker room this week after Calgary and trying to take on a rival?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I mean, Coach Flory always in college said that a great team never loses 2 in a row. So obviously, I think the biggest message in the locker room this week is to bounce back from that performance last week and clean up what we need to clean up, and obviously get out here and play a good game and play hard on Saturday and Sunday.
Your former team, the University of Saskatchewan Huskies, were ranked first in the coaches poll. I'm pretty sure they're ranked first in your poll, but what does that mean?
I think we always look back on the coaches poll at the end of the year, and it usually shakes out completely different than what they predict in the start. So obviously it doesn't mean a ton when you're 0-0 to be ranked number 1, but it's a good start. Obviously, they have a talented roster up there, and my old roommate Mason, he's the OC up there now too. So they're in very good hands on offense. I can say that. I can attest to that firsthand, being around him and understanding how smart he is with the game and how smart he is with the offense. They're in great hands up there, and I have a lot of hope in him and the team this year. So I'm placing some pretty hefty bets this year for Can West games.
I know that you are, I don't want to get into those bets, I don't think, but I do know that you are a proud alumnus. Why does that program mean to you?
It means everything. They took a bit of a shot on me with a guy coming back from the States, not a ton of sample size for snaps from my time at Oregon, so kind of taking a bit of a shot in the dark on a guy who's coming back to Canada, and I'll forever be indebted to Warren Mazika and Scott Flory for that, for kind of welcoming me the way they did and kind of recruiting me the way they did. And then obviously the team, I made my best friends there. Mason Nice, Ethan Watson, Charlie Ringland, guys like that. Those guys to this day are my best friends. So that program means everything to me.
Enjoy Labor Day Classic number 1 for Nick Wiebe this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Awesome stuff there from Dave and Nick Wiebe. If you're just tuning in, and I see on the streams here a lot of people just hopping in, earlier, and we'll play this maybe for the Ticker Colson later, but Joe back, if you saw the pictures, jacked. And then Coach Mace was very close to his playing his cards close. He didn't give us anything if he's playing or not. If I go off what Coach Mace's tone is, I don't know if you want to play that one quick while we're talking about it, because people will be like, just play the clip, dummy. So I can do that when he's asked, will a Joe play on Labor Day?
He just got here yesterday, man. So, I know he's been trying to chomp at the bit with Mules and Quay, trying to get things down. But it's still, even though it was relatively fresh, it's still a transition, man. So he's going to ask any week to come out and play. But it was good to have him out at practice and just kind of getting used to things and, retraining your brain for some of the things that he's been doing, for the last how many ever months down south, right? So, yeah, man, we'll see, obviously. But just first and foremost, happy that he got here and was able to get on the field as soon as possible.
All right, we're trying to get linked up here with Scott Schultz to hear some memories of Labor Day Classic. I wonder if Schultz remembers the Flame as a Moose Jaw kid coming back in the day. So we'll go to break here. I'll try and get that. Also, Luke Mullinder's coming up later this hour. It is the Sports Cage. We're getting ready for Labor Day on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.
620 CKRM is your home to country's greatest hits and the 90s at 9. 1 full hour featuring the biggest hits of the 90s. Garth, Reba, Alan, Shania, George, and so much more. No cassette tape or CDs required, and 90s mullets are optional. 90s at 9 for the town of Wolseley and the voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM.
When the temperature drops, it's time to bring out the rich, creamy flavors of fall with Sask Milk. Try a homemade apple cinnamon oatmeal made creamy with 100% Canadian milk. Or bake a golden cheddar and herb scone, bursting with Canadian-made cheese and butter. And for a sweet finish, how about a warm caramel custard made silky smooth with fresh cream? Explore delicious recipes at saskmilk.ca. Sask Milk, always look for the little blue cow.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 50-50 is presented by ISC.
Nelson Homes is having a summer blowout sale on quick possession homes that you don't want to miss out on. Get free delivery anywhere in Saskatchewan on select in-stock show homes and spec home RTMs. For more information, visit their website, homes.nlc.ca. Or for general information, call 1-800-661-6534. That's the Nelson Homes Summer Blowout Sale. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
This is Brian Gawley at Smart Investing Solutions. Successful farmers and business owners, I have two quick questions for you. First, how are you going to get your corporate retained earnings and profits out of your operating company to fund your retirement? Secondly, how are you going to do that without paying too much income tax? If you don't know the answer to either question, call me, Brian Gawley at Smart Investing Solutions, 546-2533, or go to smartinvestingsolutions.ca.
Hey, let's hit up Pump Jack's Cathedral.
Pump? You talking about my basketball shoes?
No, Pump Jack's Cathedral.
Who?
Pump Jack's Cathedral Saloon and Steakhouse. They're open now. They've got a large selection of local draft and food and drink specials. Kids are allowed until 8. There's live entertainment every weekend.
Let's go. I'm pumped.
On the corner of Albert and 13th, Pump Jack's Cathedral Saloon and Steakhouse. Come early, stay late. The place where friends meet.
Looking for the best gear at the best price? Extreme Hockey and Sport just raised the bar. Now, with a price match guarantee, find the same product anywhere else, show the price, and they'll match it. The gear you need, the service you trust, and the price you want. Why settle for anything less? Get the local loyalty and the price match guarantee only at Extreme Hockey. Any budget, expert fit. Your local sit and fit hockey shop. Extreme Hockey and Sport, 1425 McIntyre Street, Regina's Hockey Shop.
Do you have a commercial generator? Is it CSA 282 compliant? Does it need to be? At Shorty Generators, they specialize in CSA 282 testing, ensuring your equipment is up to code and ready when you need it most. Their expert technicians are certified and ready to help with fast, reliable service you can trust. CSA 282 testing. Compliance made easy. Any generator, any size, anytime. Shorty can handle it. ShortyGenerators.ca.
In an ideal world, you're already driving one. When you're behind the commands of the Fendt Ideal Combine, you experience a workhorse that takes harvest to task. Real-time monitoring, 485 bushel grain tank that unloads at 6 bushels per second, all backed by a 3-year full machine warranty, plus all scheduled maintenance ensures your harvest doesn't stop. Now that's how you grow bold. See the Ideal Fendt Combine at Nick's Service in Emerald Park. nicksservice.com.
The Sportscage Clutch Performer for Nick's Service in Emerald Park. Your local Massey Ferguson Challenger, Rogator, Gleaner, and Fendt dealer. Call 781-1077.
All right, first one. Keeping it on the local side here last night. QVBL B Division Final wrapped up at Curry Field. Game 3 went to the Regina Rangers over the Regina Capitals 7-2. Rangers led by Riley Bodbrick's complete game pitching performance along with a flawless defense in behind Riles. So that's their first division title. Congrats to the Regina Rangers. Send it in. Hi@sportscage.com. That's hi@sportscage.com, or the text line 936-6262. We love giving shout outs. And then I want to give one here, Clutch Performer style. A guy at Harvard Broadcasting, Harvard Media, that officially retired today. I've been with him for, about 16 years. On the other side, the real job, Jason Hushy. A lot of you know out there. Absolute beauty. A lot of really good times with Jason. I know a lot of you out there know him and his father before him, but Jason, just a great guy, great for the community, great for clients, great relationships. He'll be around. So yeah, he was one of the good ones here. So he's retiring. He's doing some traveling. I'm so happy for him. So Jason Hushy, big clutch performer. Shout out to you. It's for Nick's Service in Emerald Park, your local Massey Ferguson Challenger, Rogator, Gleaner, and Fent dealer. You get it all at Nick's Service. Out on the Western Pizza Guest hotline here, Colson. We were trying to get the link and all that, but he's funny and he's awesome regardless, on the phone or video. Joining us, the big 96er, Scotty Schultz.
Hey, Barney, I've always said it. I've got that face for radio. Thank goodness we're back on the phone lines.
What? Hey, you're a Moose Jaw kid, right? So, did you go to Labor Day games as a kid?
Oh, absolutely. So here's the deal. I mean, I watched and listened to the Riders, probably since you can remember.
Yeah.
But I didn't take it seriously till I was actually playing football, and that was until high school. But once we were in high school, we would shuttle down from Moose Jaw. Every game that we could, we would get the cheap, the $10 Safeway end zone tickets. And, of course, we went to Labor Day. And I have fond memories of, bringing the garbage bags for the rain, face painting. I somewhere in my treasure trove, I have got a K.D. Williams dreadlock because he jumped into the crowd, and I grabbed it. I grabbed one off of him when I was in high school. True story.
If it's just sitting being unused, bring it to the Sportscage studio. Let's get a little frame for that.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, do you remember, and I've been talking about this, and a lot of people have been texting in, because I remember this as a kid, Schultz. Remember the Flame, Sandy Monteith?
Yeah.
And that thing chucked out, 4-foot high flame. Imagine that in this day and age.
Oh, flame on. I would have been grilling a pork chop and been ready and just watching the end of the world happen if I had that flame had. But I don't know why they outlawed it. Probably because it's a little bit dangerous, I guess. But we're better men to have lived through it and seen it.
Yeah, I guess he was really good friends with Dave Ash, who was an absolute beauty.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Dave Ash, man. That guy he'd do anything for the Riders and to get people to Rider games. Hey, as a player,
yeah.
What are your greatest memories? Maybe there's a few of them. What are they?
God, I got just great ones. Every one of them. I played in 8 or 9 Labor Days.
Wow.
And I can remember in 2008, it would have been young Brendan Labatt's rookie year. And, there's a big hoopla about Brendan Labatt, and he was originally with Winnipeg, if you guys remember that back in the day.
Yeah.
And, as a D lineman, new lineman, he's starting, he's the big deal, and you're thinking you're going to whip up on him. And so I didn't really think too much of it, and, get asked about him in the media, and what do you think of this young guy and all this? Oh, yeah, he's a great player and showing some great things on tape. And then you get into the game, and I'm not kidding. Within the first 2 plays, I knew without a doubt that I was in for a long-ass day. And I immediately switched to the trash talk, anything that I could do to get this young guy off of his game. This guy would... it would have been the 9th game of the season, but he felt like a seasoned veteran. He felt like going against Dan Comiskey, for crying out loud. Yeah. So I was in it. I think I was a decent enough player and had some good years. And it was I had my hands full. I did get a sack. I don't think it was off of him, but it was those guys in the middle, and it was literally for a 1.5 yard gain, fat guy fall on the quarterback kind of a sack. And, so right then and there, that just sticks out in my brain because it was another Saskatchewan kid, and he had some chances down in the NFL. He'd come back, and I just remember this guy was a problem from day one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. You would have played in that 07 game, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, but again, I'm so concentrated on the offense and defensive line and all the hoopla that goes along with the big play guys. You're just happy in the end to see the guy. Thank God he pulled it out and ran it in, you know. And you know, it's one of those deals. But it's really the fan experience that makes the player experience fantastic on those days, because, as you know, there's no other fan base that gets as wild as the Riders, especially on the big days, Grey Cups. You're talking rivalries, and you're talking Labor Day and Banjo Bowl. And every year in, year out, it was sold out. It was a slobber knocker. There's some blowouts. I mean, what a life for a kid from Moose Jaw, eh?
Absolutely. Scott Schultz is joining us here on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. Was it, and I don't want this to sound like a kind of a dumb question by any means, but is it hard to keep your emotions in check a little bit more as a player in this game?
Well, I would say so. Like, you're a professional at the end of the day. If you can't act like a big boy when the lights are on, you shouldn't be out there. But that said, guys get under your skin. You know, things start getting amplified. The crowd is into it. It does test guys, and I love it, because usually it's those Winnipeg Blue Bombers that don't have the self-control, and they get punted from the game, or we get a 15-yarder, and it all works in the Ride's favor.
What? Let's talk about the current team, and then, you know, against Winnipeg here. Did you learn anything new about our Riders after that game and another loss against Calgary?
Yeah, I don't know. 8-2, lost twice to the same guys. It just the eternal optimist in me says they'll figure it out. They're 8-2. They beat everybody else, right? As far as that, it's just, again, it's just you've got to finish plays. And you've got to come every day, every week, every game, week in, week out to play. And you know, we've got half season left, and we'll see how it shakes out. But I'm not too worried about it at all. I mean, what really counts is what happens in the playoffs.
All right, are you going to the game Sunday? Lakeview Insurance got like a party bus coming from Moose Jaw. Are we tailgating?
Yeah.
Are we tailgating?
There will be indescript tailgating. I will be imbibing in a lot of the adult beverages that are offered at that kind of a venue. But yes, I will be bringing a contingent of 4 folks out to the game, and we will be witnessing another fantastic Rider home game.
Okay, we might have to hook up for one. Schultz, shoot me a text, or I'll shoot you a text. Thanks for doing this, buddy, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe talk to you next week.
Looking forward to it, guys. Take care.
Right on. What a guy! Always a pleasure to talk to Scott Schultz up against a young Brendan Labatt. That's a really good story, right there. Look at this text line, just buzz, especially the YouTube one. We got to go to break before Luke. Okay, Luke Mullinder standing by. He's fresh off the golf course. We're going to find out what he shot. What are Luke's memories of the old Labor Day Classic? It's a Sportscage. Hope you're having a great time out there, driving, harvesting, whatever you're doing. We're having fun. We're getting ready for the Labor Day Classic on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.
Fall brings cooler nights and the perfect excuse to savor comfort food made with 100% Canadian dairy. Sask Milk suggests whipping up a creamy mashed potato side, rich with butter and cream, or bake a golden pumpkin cheesecake, smooth and velvety thanks to fresh cream cheese, or warm up with a cinnamon spiced hot chocolate. Find your favorite fall recipes at saskmilk.ca. Sask Milk. Find them in the dairy aisle and look for that little blue cow.
Nelson Homes is having a summer blowout sale on quick possession homes that you don't want to miss out on. Get free delivery anywhere in Saskatchewan on select in-stock show homes and spec home RTMs. For more information, visit their website, homes.nlc.ca. Or for general information, call 1-800-661-6534. That's the Nelson Homes Summer Blowout Sale. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
Get ready for harvest with a used Case IH Combine from AE Chick 1 Farm Equipment in Storthoaks. They have a 2017 8240, 2019 8250, 2020 9250, 2021 8250, and 2023 8250. Call AE Chick 1 Farm Equipment, your local independent Case IH dealer in Storthoaks. 306-449-2255. That's 449-2255.
It's the perfect place to hold your event. It's the perfect place whether it's for a trade show, fundraiser, dance recital, company team building event, or off-site business meeting. It's the perfect place for your wedding with exceptional catering services, venues perfect for a group of any size, and plenty of on-site parking. The perfect place for your event is the Connexus Arts Center. Get all the details about hosting your next event at the Connexus Arts Center at connexusartscenter.ca. See you at the center.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 50-50 is presented by ISC.
Yee-haw! It's the Ram Rodeo at Crestview Chrysler. That's right, folks. We got Ram trucks coming out the wazoo. So we're wrangling prices down with discounts of up to 18,200 buckaroos. Can you believe it? Ram Bighorns going for only $65 and change plus tax, or get 0% financing over 72 months on most models.
We also have an impressive selection of cars and SUVs.
But the Ram Rodeo's on right now at Crestview Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Regina.
Yar, do you fancy yourself a bit of a price pirate?
Get ready to pillage and plunder Tuesday treasures at Freeze Tallman.
It's a treasure trove of clearance items on display at the bow.
Or the front of the store. With new items announced on Tuesday, you'll never know the bounty you'll find. Check the website for updates or stop by the store in person.
Tuesday treasures. No treasure maps needed.
Visit freezetallman.com. Regina location only. Freeze Tallman. Let's get you building.
Get it hot, get it fast. Western Pizza.
Ugh, what do I want for supper? There's a bag of baby carrots, a slice of cheese that looks haunted.
Step away from the sad cheese, Dave.
What, the fridge? Since when do you talk?
Since you've been standing here for 10 minutes whispering pizza or cereal like it's a hostage negotiation. I'll make this simple. Order Western Pizza. You are welcome.
Get it hot, get it fast. Western Pizza.
It's time for the Sports Ticker, brought to you by Extreme Hockey and Sport, Regina's locally owned one-stop hockey shop. Now with a price match guarantee. 1425 McIntyre Street.
Luke Mullinder standing by. Let's get to this, though. The Riders, we don't know if Ajoa Joe is going to play. All signs, I think, point to he's not playing Sunday, but he is back. Coach Mason didn't give us a definite there. Sounds like Mario Alfred's going to play, though, returning kicks for us, so he's back. The Riders going in right now in Sports Select, a 5-point favorite. Elsewhere, Blue Jays in Milwaukee are at Toronto tonight. 3.5 up on the Red Sox. Things are slipping there. And then our Regina Rams start against Calgary right here, 5:15. So we're done the cage early. They're going to take over Rams in Calgary. That's your Sports Ticker in hour 2. For the home of the price match guarantee, if you're looking for any hockey gear this season, Extreme Hockey and Sport is going to match the price that you find anywhere. They're local. They've always been doing it here in Regina, Extreme Hockey and Sport. Let's go out on the Western Pizza guest hotline again. Joining us, Luke Mullinder. Sorry, Luke, I know we were going to go a little bit earlier. I apologize. How was the golf game today?
Man, I suck. I just, hit some good shots, man, but the putter let me down. I'm just the most inconsistent golfer. Like, I can't string. Like, one day I'll putt really well, but man, my shots let me down. Today was the opposite. I hit some great shots. Didn't struggle off the tee with my driver like I have been doing, and just, man, I had like 3 2.5 footers. And it's August, so there are no gimmies from 2.5 feet, right? Like 2.5 feet's like a May gimme, right? But not August. And I'm duffing them, and
Who are you playing with that they're making you putt the little ones in?
Well, I'm trying to get better, man. You gotta, you know what I mean? Like, I want to get better. I want to get good. I play with guys that are good golfers. At some point, I need to be up to where they're, consistently at. So, like today just wasn't happening with the putter, man.
Davey Thomas was striping it last week. He's got a story. He was on fire. But let's talk some football here. Right. A Joe play Sunday or no?
I'm not sure. I think that I don't know if they need a Joe on Sunday to beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I think straight up they're a better team right now. And of course that's the radio guy saying it, so it shouldn't end up being bulletin board material. But I think that they're a better squad right now than the Blue Bombers. Blue Bombers have some health issues. I think right now. So if he does play, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either because I don't think the terminology's changed that much. I mean, they're still running their wide receivers from the boundary of the field into the box and using them to block the tight end. I mean, the defensive ends and things like that. Like all of the things that a Joe was really good at doing before he went to try out for the Indianapolis Colts, they're still doing at a high rate right now. So if he is, it's a bonus. But I don't think. I think that if he rolls next week in the Banjo Bowl or whatever they want to call it these days, that'll be a plus for them.
I'm not going to have you give away your keys to the game, but last time we had you on before a game, you gave us one. Offensively, the Riders, are they gonna maybe amp up the running game against what Winnipeg has on the defensive side and the defensive line?
Well, I think that the Riders at this moment are what they are. They're a team that their tempo and their pace and production exists specifically around the running back position and how they're able to grind out yards up front, getting in those 2nd and 5 to 6 yards where Trevor Harris is just absolutely lethal. That's the Riders in a nutshell, right? So they're always going to have to rely on that piece just because that's what makes them so special offensively. I think that for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, I mean, one of the keys, and we can talk about this on game day too, but I think that one of the keys is just understanding, who the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are. And they're essentially a team that's very like them, right? They want to pound the ball, but I think with the Bombers, you just have to know the Dembski downs. That's probably one of my keys to the game. I haven't sent them over yet, but just know the Dembski downs. In the fourth quarter, when the game is tight, or when they do get into those critical possessions, whether it's in the first, second, or third quarter, Zach Collaros, if Nick Dembski's out there, is going to look for Nick Dembski. They have a tremendous relationship when it comes to the football field. And more importantly, they dial up plays for Nick Dembski, right? He's not a guy that they just stick out there at the slot. I mean, they'll run him into the backfield. They'll hand the ball off to him. Just know the Dembski downs. I think that's probably crucial here for success on Sunday.
Some people are doing the old, there's the blueprint out there on how to beat the Riders and what the Stamps did. Buying any stock into that, or the Stamps just played, better that day, man on man, and maybe the game plan was a little better? Are you buying into that? There's a blueprint out there on how to beat the Riders?
Well, I mean, if there's a blueprint out there on how to beat the Riders, I'm not sure that the other teams know what it is, because the only team that's beat the Riders is the Calgary Stampeders. So if everybody has a blueprint, then why aren't they doing it? No, I think that the Calgary Stampeders both times were just the better team. They're a young, vicious team. I love the Calgary Stampeders, especially their defensive front, man. They don't have the name power that some of the other teams do.
Yeah.
Those guys just play together. They're a tough, gritty team, and they play really hard up front. And I think that they won a few of those one-on-ones versus our O-line and caught Trevor Harris in some really critical points. Again, that is a very good Calgary Stampeders team. But there are 8 other wins and 0 other losses in the Canadian Football League that the Saskatchewan Roughriders have gone to. So if someone has the blueprint, they're apparently forgetting it at home when they play the Saskatchewan Roughriders, because nobody else has managed to do it. And I don't, I think that tomorrow, I think that this is a game that Saskatchewan can definitely win. Obviously, a lot of things have to go right, but I mean, I'm not sure who the people are saying the blueprint. This team's 8-2. Like, who's got the blueprint other than Calgary? You know what, man? Who? I'm sure there's a blueprint to beat John Jones, and I'm sure someone had the blueprint to beat Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson at some point. But you know what? Plans change when you get smacked in the mouth.
Yeah. Buster Douglas in Tokyo. Yeah, that Mike
Right.
Tyson blueprint came out of nowhere. Man, imagine hitting that bet in Vegas.
Blueprint.
Imagine
Jesus, this team's 8-2. This team's lost 2 games all year, and all of a sudden there's a blueprint to beat them. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Let's go to the fun stuff on Labor Day. Which one stands out for you as a player?
So many. Obviously, the 2007 one when Kerry Joseph ran the quarterback draw and really sort of. I think that play in that game was indicative of just the team we knew we could be, right? And I think that it was one of those moments that we ran off the fumes of for the rest of the year. I don't know. Individually, I had a pretty cool goal line tackle. I think it was in 2009, right before the half, when the Bombers were threatening. I love every part of Labor Day, man. And you know what I really liked as a player? Just as much as the game, the fan day that the Riders do before that too. I always felt like we were signing autographs for the kids that are eventually going to be signing autographs for other kids. I can't tell you, man. I've been to a couple camps where I've been coaching, and I see those kids running around on the CFL field now, and it's the same thing for those the fan day before. It's a great experience for everybody. When it gets hot, you want to get out of there quickly, so the team has to protect its players. But just everything about this weekend is special, and I think that it's probably because it's the day that mirrors a college NCAA game the most. And being from, I know you had Schultz on there. I mean, he's been through some crazy rivalry games where he was at Michigan State. We always had amazing rivalry games, and it sort of emulates that feel on Labor Day when you're in the green and white. So guys need to embrace it, have fun. It's one of the special things about the Canadian Football League, and it's definitely something that they'll look back on and be appreciative of when they're old and washed up like me.
I asked Schultz this, like, as a player, is it tough, maybe a little more tougher to keep emotions in check in this one?
I think that the only kind of emotional check you need to give yourself is when you're running out the tunnel and kind of like right before the coin's tossed. After that, it's pretty much football. Players have to understand their levels, I think. And it's okay if you play your best football at like a 7 out of 10 level. It's okay to get to 10 out of 10 sometimes, but you just got to be able to bring yourself down, right? In the same way, if you're not feeling like you're at a 7 and 10, if you're like a 4, you got to do everything you can to bring yourself up, right? I just think that that's what it's about. Labor Day is managing the emotions. You're going to see a really cool flyover. The energy is going to be palpable. I used to love it because this game used to be in the afternoon, right? This is a later game for the Labor Day Classic. But the fans, this team is 8-2. They're one of the best teams in the Canadian Football League, and there is going to be an energy about that stadium tomorrow that you can feel as a player, and that I think is where you've got to figure out which range of emotions you need to manage in order to play your best. Because again, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
If I know you too, even in the broadcast booth, when you hear, feel it coming in the air, and that crowd, you're going to get the hair standing up on your arms, get a little tingly, even as a broadcaster.
Hey, yeah, you know what? I mean, as a broadcaster, there are some times where you're like, oh, man, this brings me back. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be on the field whatsoever. Like, there has been no part since I retired, no part of me that says, oh, man, I got one more play. I always tell people, Barney, if guys say, oh, yeah, I got one more play in me, and they've been out of the game for more than 2 years, they are lying through their teeth, or they're delusional. They're absolutely delusional. I used to have a D-line coach that thought he had one more play. He was like 68. He was like, oh, yeah, I got one more play. I'm like, no, you don't, bro. What are you talking about? But honestly, the Labor Day game, I think that, that's when you get the goosebumps, the crowd's going nuts, bring them out starts, and you see the crowd. You're just, man, it's just a really cool thing to think about being a part of. And the nice thing is people are capturing these images. And one day when you're retired or in week 6 or 4 weeks from now, and when the playoffs are getting a little bit closer and you might be feeling sore, you might be feeling down about your performance, you'll see a picture of you in action in Labor Day. And you'll be like, oh, man, let's go. Let's get the juices rolling.
And then, Exactly right. Capture it and all that. And it's like for those young guys, the guys that never been through it, it's like we host the West Final. It's going to be like this, but at another level.
On steroid. Steroid. Hey, listen, man. I mean, one of my favorite D-line coaches ever, Mike Sinclair. He used to say it all the time, and I tell my kids it now, and I repeat it whenever I can. You know, memories are a home that you build to live in once you're older, and this is one of the memories that a Saskatchewan Roughrider in 2025 is going to take with them for the rest of their life. So it's going to be cool.
I'm looking at Sports Select here. They still have it. Riders -5. I'm taking that. I'm taking that.
Slamming it. Transfer right now. All of it. Max. Saskatchewan.
1.5 farms are going on that one over here. But you know what? The sneaky one, though, 51.5 over under.
Under.
Really?
Yeah, under.
Okay.
I'm not parlaying it, though.
No.
Stay away. I'm taking this. I am. Oh my God! I'm loading the spread.
Separate
I'm taking
town.
whatever allowance Luther's got. It's going all the way in there. Yeah.
Okay. What about kickoff is in about 10 minutes time. Western Michigan at Michigan State -21.5.
Hey, you see the jersey?
I know.
Hey, I golfed in it today, man. Listen, yeah, minus 21.5. Look, Michigan State just needs to get a win. They don't need to. Right? We are. Man, we went. I like Coach Smith, but he was the safe choice. The coach before that, he looked like he knew what he was going to do. Nobody's really repeated what Coach D'Antonio over there was able to do. Mel Tucker came in and blew it, and so because he blew it and the way that Mel Tucker blew it, we went with the safe choice. And man, he reminds me so much of he doesn't remind me of a football coach. Every time I see him talking, it reminds me of like a math teacher. Like he's like the guy yelling at me in biology class for copying off one of my teammates. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can get it done, man. It's a big year for us, though.
Right on. I might watch some of that game as well.
Hey,
all right.
You know what game you need to watch? 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. O State versus Texas, man. We're kicking it off
tomorrow.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, yeah. That was 10 o'clock tonight. I'm like, the late one tonight, Central Michigan at San Jose State. I don't know if I'm watching that one. Yeah, tomorrow.
10 a.m.
That's a game. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, that's
number one versus number two.
I know.
Already.
I know.
First week.
I know.
Can't wait.
I'm
so glad college football's back, man. That's giving me the goosebumps.
I'm going to Texas in 2 weeks to a game. Never been there. To that Austin.
Oh, dude.
I know.
It's going to be honestly, guys. For anybody out there who listens to me, and some of you guys take what I say seriously, and some you have to believe me. If you have a chance to go see big time college football, go.
Yeah,
go. And thank me later. It'll be something you remember for the rest of your life.
That Alabama-Georgia game, lucky enough to go to last year, that shootout in Tuscaloosa, because that was on the bucket list. So I'm like, that's off. Dude. Unreal.
Yeah. Well, when you guys kick me out of the color commentary, but when you guys kick me off the broadcast team, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I go to a couple. I'll definitely be at homecoming game for Michigan State. I've always been promising my old teammates that I'm going to come home for homecoming, and I never do. But man, I want to rent one of those sweet. What do you call those things? The
Winnebago.
The houses on wheels. Yeah, Winnebago, but a 2025 one, not one of those old ones. All right, I got it.
Yeah,
and I'm going to go on a tour. I want to go on a tour. I'm going to go and do like a Big Ten tour.
If you can kind of start around the Nashville area, here's a travel tip. You can start around there. So that's where a lot of the tour bus companies that the musical artists travel in, that's where they originate from. So you can rent them by the week and month. Then you're traveling in style. You get one of the buses. Be like a rock star. The Luke Mullinder tour, brought to you by.
I'm ready to go.
I'm
brought to you by Smoke and Okies. I'm ready to go.
All right, buddy. We'll see you on Sunday.
All right, boys. Have a good show.
See you later. Color commentator, Rider Broadcast Network, Luke Mullinder joining us here. We're up against the clock, aren't we? Okay, we got a break. When we come back after, we got audio from a Joe. You're going to hear it, and then we're 5:15. The Rams take it over. It's a Sportscage on 620 CKRM.
620 CKRM is your home to country's greatest hits and the 90s at 9. 1 full hour featuring the biggest hits of the 90s. Garth, Reba, Alan, Shania, George, and so much more. No cassette tape or CDs required, and 90s mullets are optional. 90s at 9 for the town of Wolseley and the voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM.
Nelson Homes is having a summer blowout sale on quick possession homes that you don't want to miss out on. Get free delivery anywhere in Saskatchewan on select in-stock show homes and spec home RTMs. For more information, visit their website, homes.nlc.ca. Or for general information, call 1-800-661-6534. That's the Nelson Homes Summer Blowout Sale. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
Employee pricing is back! Right now, you pay what I pay. You pay what we pay. It's amazing. And guess what? You don't have to do any work.
Right now, you pay what I pay.
They get our discount?
Yeah.
Can you believe it? We got over 100 F-150s. We got over 50 Super Duties. We got Escapes, Bronco Sports, over 300 new vehicles to choose from. We got it all. Don't miss the employee pricing at Capital Ford Lincoln.
If you've got a Steelcraft garage door, you've got a door with parts manufactured and assembled right here in Canada. A door with better insulation and seal, plus a warranty you're probably never going to use. Combined with a LiftMaster opener, it's the right choice. And if you don't have a Steelcraft garage door, you should get one. And a LiftMaster opener. 100% made by Canadians for Canadians. Steady, tariff-free pricing and great quality, no matter what.
Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door. We offer more.
Does your Wi-Fi cut in and out, or sometimes simply disappear? Well, maybe your Wi-Fi isn't slow, it's just not smart. Access Smart Wi-Fi Plus boosts and optimizes the signal in your home for a fast, solid connection for the entire family. It even lets you be in control of your children's screen time and add filters for age-appropriate content. Fast, strong, secure. That's Access Smart Wi-Fi Plus. Learn more at myaccess.ca.
Yar, do you fancy yourself a bit of a price pirate?
Get ready to pillage and plunder Tuesday treasures at Freeze Tallman.
It's a treasure trove of clearance items on display at the bow.
Or the front of the store. With new items announced on Tuesday, you'll never know the bounty you'll find. Check the website for updates or stop by the store in person.
Tuesday treasures. No treasure maps needed.
Visit freezetallman.com. Regina location only. Freeze Tallman.
Let's get you building.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 50-50 is presented by ISC.
Get it hot, get it fast, Western Pizza.
Meet Todd. It's noon. He's really hungry, and his stomach makes sure to let him know it.
Todd, we talked about this. No more skipping meals. I need cheese. I need crust. I need Western Pizza.
All right. Western Pizza it is.
Western Pizza. Dine in or take out today, before your stomach starts making demands.
And get it hot, get it fast, Western Pizza.
Nelson Homes is having a summer blowout sale on quick possession homes that you don't want to miss out on. Get free delivery anywhere in Saskatchewan on select in-stock show homes and spec home RTMs. For more information, visit their website, homes.nlc.ca. Or for general information, call 1-800-661-6534. That's the Nelson Homes Summer Blowout Sale. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
Country Corner, brought to you by Municipal Hail Insurance. Proudly serving farmers. MunicipalHail.ca.
The Hospitals of Regina Foundation Home Lottery is back with a ton of prizes up for grabs, including the $1.7 million show home in the Creeks. Proceeds support healthcare in Regina's hospitals and continue to enhance vital medical programs. Tickets at hrfhomelottery.com. Join the Ovarian Cancer Canada Walk of Hope on Sunday, September 7th. Registration takes place at 11:30 at Miller Comprehensive Catholic High School. More details at ovariancancerwalkofhope.ca. And the North Saskatoon Business Association invites you to its first ever Popcorn and Entrepreneurs event in Regina, September 10th at the AGT Lounge inside Mosaic Stadium. Networking, popcorn, and a documentary highlighting one of our province's most influential entrepreneurs, Paul Hill. Visit nsbasask.com.
For more information, visit 620ckrm.com. We are the voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM Regina, a Harvard media station.
It's 5 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Corey Atkinson from the sasktoday.ca newsroom with your 620 CKRM News for Echo Sound and Fort Qu'Appelle. Stay connected with the new cell phone from Echo Sound. Call 306-332-6711. Tomorrow, there is a chance to get up close and personal with the Saskatchewan Roughriders as the team continues preparations for Sunday's Labor Day Classic. It's the annual fan day where you can watch the players go through their walkthrough. The Riders' Mark Habicht says the players will be in the concourse after practice to meet with the fans and sign autographs.
And just a cool place to hang out on a beautiful day. So it kind of runs from 10 till 2. And like I said, it's absolutely free.
620 CKRM has you fully covered for the Labor Day Classic. Countdown to kickoff gets the ball rolling at Sunday at 2 o'clock with the game set to start at 5 p.m. A man accused of starting the wildfire known as the Ditch 2 fire appeared in Saskatoon Provincial Court on Thursday. RCMP say 29-year-old Jason Halkett of Larange is charged with arson. The fire began May 26th in the Wahakewin area, leading to evacuations and property damage. Investigators with the Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency determined the blaze was human-caused, sparking a criminal investigation by Waskesiu RCMP. A Saskatchewan livestock company will pay about $25,000 for violating safety regulations that resulted in the death of a worker. The province says Ramage Land and Cattle Company will establish a $4,500 scholarship in honor of the deceased, and educational articles will be written to highlight the lessons learned. The worker drowned 2 years ago near Walpole, Saskatchewan, after entering a dugout on horseback. The company was fined $17,000 plus a surcharge of $7,000 for breaching the regulations. Prime Minister Mark Carney has unveiled the government's new Major Projects Office, a one-stop shop for companies to pitch plans for new infrastructure projects they want to get fast-tracked for approval.
The Prime Minister's office says Don Farrell, the former head of Trans Mountain Corporation, will head up the new Major Projects Office. The office itself will be headquartered in Calgary, with branches in major cities across Canada. The Liberal government passed Bill C-5 in June, a package of legislation designed to speed up approvals for large infrastructure projects if the government decides they're in the national interest. Prime Minister Mark Carney said on his recent trip to Europe that he plans to start announcing port infrastructure investments sometime in the next few weeks. Kyle Duggan, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.
And Alberta Premier Danielle Smith says Edmonton's public school board has gone over the top in complying with new library book rules banning content with sexual material by yanking more than 200 titles off of its shelves. The division's list includes titles like Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. Smith says the division needed to exercise some better judgment as books like that aren't what the policy is meant to target.
We ask school boards to use their discretion to identify books that might not be age appropriate for elementary school children. And then and Edmonton Public is clearly doing a little vicious compliance over what the direction is.
School Board Chair Julie Cusick says trustees are of the position the books identified for removal meet the criteria laid out by the province. That was your 620 CKRM News. Read more stories from around your community and around the province at sasktoday.ca and 620ckrm.com. Your weather is next.
This back-to-school season, don't be prehistoric.
Mom, my phone is basically a fossil.
Sweetie, your phone's older than a T-Rex.
Time to evolve at Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer.
They have new phones, back-to-school deals, internet and Max TV stream, and no extinct data plans.
In 2025, there's no excuse to roam with a Jurassic phone. Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer in Fort Qu'Appelle. EchoSound.ca.
Let's get out on the water.
Now is the best time of year to buy a boat or pontoon at Kevin's Marine. Cast a line in a Lund fishing boat. Take the family out on a Four Winds boat. Or head out on a pontoon by Harris or Crest. Powered by Mercury Motors at the lowest prices of the year. There are manufacturer's rebates, dealer discounts, and low payment financing on a great selection of boats and pontoons. Plus Shoremaster aluminum docks and lifts. Kevin's Marine in Fort Capel. Enjoy your summer. Get out on the water. Stop by or shop online at kevinsmarine.com.
Weather brought to you by Line X Regina. Serious protection, killer looks. 1865 McCarra Street. And Croft Electric. 27 years of trusted, reliable home, farm, and commercial service for all your electrical needs. CroftElectric.com. And you can find them on all socials.
Partly cloudy sky for tonight with temperatures backing down into the mid-teens. The wind has been light through the day. That continues 10 to 15 at peak, mainly through the evening. Most of the night, it's nearly calm. 16 to start the day on Saturday, back up to around 30 during the afternoon. We will have some cloudiness mixing in at times. We've been watching the chance for some showers over the last couple of days, not looking overly impressive, but it is not zero. Our rainfall threat, about 10% chance for a passing shower. Temperature at 30 degrees. The wind during the afternoon picks up to 15 to 25, but Saturday night and Sunday, the wind stays up a little bit. We start to get into more of an active pattern on the end of this warm-up. We're still near 30 on Sunday. Partly sunny sky after a low of 17 Saturday night. Partly sunny on Monday. There's a chance for some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Low chance daytime. Better chance through the evening and early Tuesday morning. Then partly sunny. Cooler on Tuesday. 28 Monday. Only 20 on Tuesday. With your 620 CKRM weather forecast, I'm Precision Weather Meteorologist Phil Spivak.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
Croft Electric. You've probably heard of us because we've been around for over 27 years. We do commercial and residential work? Yes. We do permanent holiday lighting? Yes. We do cabins? Yes. And farms? Yes and yes. We're an authorized Generac generator dealer. We are a full-service electrical company with the experience and the people to service all of your electrical needs. We are Croft Electric. We will be here when you need us. Do it right, do it once. Follow us on all social and call 306-586-1333 to book.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents The Sports Cage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Nelson Homes, supplying home packages and RTMs for over 65 years. Be part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262. The Sports Cage. Streaming at sportscage.com, our YouTube channel, and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Welcome back. We're only here for another few minutes because we're handing it over to Brendan McGuire and the U of R Rams. Calgary, game one of the season. Let's go Rams. Good conversation with head coach Mark McConkey in hour one. If you want to go back in podcast form and listen to that, talking about the team. Veteran squad this year. Also, Dustin Nielson joined us in hour one from TSN. And then we had Scott Schultz and Luke Mullinder back-to-back in hour two. Lots of fun. Thanks to everyone who's been participating on both text lines. Prairie Land Rental text line, 936-6262, and then through the YouTube channel if you're watching the stream. Really appreciate it. 600 Albert Street. You deal with the owner. If you need anything to rent, go to Prairie Land Rentals. He loves talking football as well in there. Ken F. on the YouTube feed. Colson, I don't know if you saw this. This is funny because we talked, if you're just tuning in, we talked about the Flame back in the 80s. Sandy Monteith, again, thanks to everyone sending the pictures and the name. Sandy Monteith, he was tight with the late, great Dave Ash. Dash Tours, they were awesome. There's a picture if you're watching the stream. Love that setup. Look at him. Like I said, the football pants is a shirt. Looks like it was made from Torchies. And then the, I don't know, what would you say, 5-6 foot flame on the top of his helmet, and that was allowed in stadiums. That is awesome. But Ken F. says, it's crazy to know for a good portion of my life, one could bring in and ignite fireworks from a seat in the stands at a CFL game. Yeah, Ken. I guess you probably could still sneak that in. I'm not saying do it by any means. But yeah, I don't even know. Can you bring in a lighter to a CFL game these days? How do people dart? What are they? Matches? No, you couldn't. That's a flame too. I'm not sure, but yeah, Ken, that's crazy. And then who was it earlier? It was, Sandra, who said there was a dude that brought in a gallon jar of pickled eggs and tossed them into the crowd with a soup ladle. It gets crazy. It gets wild at Labor Day Classics. We did promise a Joe audio. He's back in the fold. We're not sure if he's going to play. I don't think he will. Coach Mace was tight on it. But Joe talks about what it's like being back in Saski.
It's bittersweet, but, I'm coming home to some fans and some people who love me. You know what I mean? So I'm all for it. I'm happy.
What's that experience like for you?
Dream come true. You know what I mean? Like, you go on Google, search up how many people make it to the NFL, 0.1% or whatever, I got to be part of that 0.1% for OTAs, rookie minicamp, training camp, you know what I mean? So, like, I just look at it as a blessing in disguise. I learned a lot and, just keep working. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, Chikai, you're still young. You still got Chad. He's going to get another look down there. Maybe him and Dante Myers are going to look together somewhere. He does talk about the changes he did experience from the CFL to the NFL.
Oh, well, no motion before the snap. Let's start there. 11 players on the field. Let's start there as well. I'm playing. But, no, it was good. It was good, man. It was good, End of the day, like, for me personally, I just think it's football. Football's football, you know what I mean? Whether we're moving, whether we're down south or whether we're up here. So it was great.
Such a positive guy. You saw it on social media through the Riders yesterday, him coming in, big smile. Again, and I don't know when we talked, he looks jacked. His arms, he sculpted 50 sets of 50 every day, no days off. He talks about what it was like getting the call that he had been waived.
It was obviously difficult, hearing it, but at the end of the day, like, I knew I grew as a person when I just took it on the chin and I was just like, all right, well, how can I get better? You know what I mean? Like, what's next? You know what I mean? Just like, you get knocked down one step back, but I'm trying to take 3 steps forward. So, end of the day, I'm a rider. Let's do it.
And then I think, like everybody, we talked earlier, he's such a charismatic guy. So for sure he wants to be in that environment. Record-setting crowd. Did he ask if he can play on Sunday?
Are we wearing green right now? Like, yeah, of course now. I'm just trying to get back in the playbook. We'll see what happens, though. Like, short notice like that is going to be definitely difficult. But, hey, I'm not going to stop asking now, so.
It's time for the Sports Ticker, brought to you by Steelcraft Doors Regina, made in Western Canada for Western Canadians.
You just heard it there. Things are still up in the air if Joe is going to play. Looks like Mario Alford's going to play on Sunday for the Riders. Sports Select, again, has him a 5-point favorite. 51.5 is the over-under. Rams are in Calgary for the season opener. We're throwing to them in a few minutes' time here. Noah Pelche is going to get the start for the Hardy Cup champs. How about the upset last night? UBC 21-9 over Manitoba. Bisons were 8th-ranked team in the country there. Blue Jays taking on Milwaukee. They're only 3.5 up in the AL East. And that Sports Ticker is for Steelcraft Doors Regina, made in Western Canada for Western Canada. If you need a door, they have it at Steelcraft Doors. That's it for Colson and I for today. Rams football coming up. Going to be a heck of a weekend. Weather looks good. If you're around the Sportscage studio Sunday, let's have a pint together. Go Riders. Let's throw it over in moments to the Rams and Calgary.
Get it hot and get it fast. Western Pizza.
Meet Todd. It's noon. He's really hungry, and his stomach makes sure to let him know it.
Todd, we talked about this. No more skipping meals. I need cheese. I need crust. I need Western Pizza.
All right. Western Pizza it is.
Western Pizza. Dine in or take out today before your stomach starts making demands.
And get it